Hey everybody, welcome back to Podcast and Such, where we are currently watching Mob Psycho 100 2 episodes at a time. I'm Jay.
And I'm Luke.
There we are discussing episodes 7 and 8, Exaltation, I've Obtained Loss, and The Older Brother Bows, Destructive Intent.
Was that natural? Was that...
It doesn't matter, you're fine. Is podcasting natural? Is this a natural state for human beings to do? I guess storytelling's natural. I don't know.
I wasn't commenting on your thing. I was commenting on my thing.
No, I was talking about you.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I purposely did it unnaturally because you told me you wanted it to be natural.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I wanted to thwart your desires.
Cool. Well, so we got some real Ritsu heavy episodes here.
Yeah, the brother arc is in full swing.
Yes, yeah. Well, it's do you want to know the name of it actually?
Of the arc?
Yeah.
Ritsu's a little sissy baby.
Wow, that's a strong accusation. It's called the Big Cleanup Arc.
Oh, okay.
Having to do with the whole, so it started, an episode ago with the, accusations against Oniigawara and all that.
Right, yeah, because Ritsu's doing the whole planning stuff on people thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's the whole student council setting up all the delinquents and all that jazz and planning evidence. That's the big cleanup.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah.
That did become more prominent with its sort of consequences.
Mm-hmm.
This past couple of episodes.
Yes, yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So how is Ritsu a big sissy baby? Is what you say about him?
I said little sissy baby.
Little sissy baby.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was mostly joking.
Yeah.
It's that I don't know. You could call it a Napoleon complex sort of thing,
Oh yeah, he's definitely got something going on with him. Dumble's over here like, hey Ritsu, join the dark side and we can rule the galaxy together. And Ritsu was like, oh yeah, sign me up.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go. I'm gonna go do some violence now.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah.
Just to see Ritsu do some stuff. He's got some psychic powers, but obviously they're better with Dimple's
assistance.
If I was reading the episode correctly.
Right. Well, he's both. He's just starting out with his powers, but they are getting stronger, as Dimple pointed out, with his feelings of what was it, grief and guilt. Yeah. The guiltier he feels, the better his powers are.
He's obtained a lot.
Yes, he's obtained loss. It's a boundless freedom.
That was a really good line.
Oh yeah, well, Ritsu is just monologuing all over the place in these episodes. He's like light Yagami or something,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I thought it was really cool.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He is having a good and bad time all at once.
A good and bad time all at once. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, he's basically just trying to surpass Mob in his powers right now. That seems to be the goal, at least in this episode, this first one, this episode 7.
Yeah. Well, and it was interesting not having Mob around for like most of the episodes.
Yeah, it was again very very Ritsu centric,
Mhm.
mostly focused on him. So I guess we can uh, brush Mob to the side for now in this discussion.
Push him to the side.
Just brush him to the side, yeah. Oh yeah, so I always forget because it's such a throwaway line. Kaburo like totally sells out Ritsu, or at least that's what's implied. Those delinquents all show up, and it just on the side of the road there, they're like, "Oh hey, Kamuro told us that you're the one planting evidence."
Yeah, and Kamuro was the council president or whatever.
Yeah, the
Is
president, the
that
guy with
okay?
the deep eye
Yeah,
bags. Yeah, yeah,
gotcha. Yeah,
yes, him.
yeah. I mean, you know what they say about politicians? They're all willing to sell you down the river.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, they just absolutely sold him out.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, yeah, and I always kind of forget about that since it's such a quick line, and then Teru is back.
Yeah, with his like cactus head.
Yeah, yeah, with Katniss said. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's back and better than ever.
I was wondering what the purpose of that like cactus in the o, o
Intro.
in the intro is, the OP, whatever you
Yeah,
want to call
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
OP one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's funny. This is an image I'd seen around a good bit, but I didn't put it together that the this guy with the wig was the same guy that Mob fought in episode 4. You know,
Hmm.
like I didn't think that was like the same guy until I got to this episode. It's like, oh, that is the same guy. Okay.
Interesting.
I guess the two or three characters I'd seen the most were Mob, Reigen, and Tomei. That's the
Hmm.
most like art and images I'd seen. So I'd
Yeah,
seen Taylor around, but only him with the wig.
yeah. I did not expect the wig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'd never put together that because in the intro, does it show him with the triple decker hair? Or
It morphs into the cat just morphs. Oh, wait, I forgot if he morphs into the cactus or if the cactus morphs into him. Either way, it is kind of foreshadowing that in
right?
like a way. Yeah,
But I wasn't sure if that was like a real thing or if that was just a strange
yeah.
intro thing.
It's hard to tell with
Because
the
I
intro.
mean, clearly we haven't gotten to the scene where Mob's head multiplies and turns into cars on a Ferris wheel. So
Yeah. Well, like I said, that's the finale. You know.
I didn't know if I was supposed to be looking for this stuff, basically.
Oh yeah, no, it's so hard to tell with the
Yeah,
intro. I'm just waiting for Ritsu and Mob to rotate in a cornfield together.
yeah, exactly.
uh,
The best part.
yep, yeah. So Teru's just like, guys, it's been like 3 days. I am a completely different person now. I have renounced all my beliefs.
I'll renounce my beliefs.
Yep, he's done with relying on psychic powers. He's here to tell Ritsu what's what.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
Sometimes beliefs are much faster to change when you are confronted in a very head-on way with the counter
Oh
to
yeah.
your philosophy.
Mhm. Oh yeah, definitely.
Is this the episode? I'm always so bad when we get into this about remembering which episode's which.
Yeah, I get you.
It's like especially this one when the arc was it was basically an hour-long episode. It felt like.
Essentially, yeah. So basically, everything that happens in the alley onward is the next episode.
Sure.
So yeah, I kind of divide it like that in your mind, I suppose.
Okay, so I'm guessing we did establish white tea poison.
Yeah, that was the first thing we
And the
saw. It was like, meanwhile, uh, Meanwhile, the rumor mill was running about white tea poison, which is
White tea poison.
what a name.
Yeah, that's our
Uh,
boy.
yeah, it's a boy, yeah, and yeah, so Mob's the shadow leader of Salt Middle School, you know.
I guess so. He must be. He
Yeah,
must be. White
uh,
tea poison.
it's a great name.
Yeah.
Uh, Absolutely great name. So then, gangs start showing up to the school, and I'm always just like, why are there so many gangs in these Japanese middle schools?
Yeah, that's like a trope
It
for.
is a trope, and I think I was like looking it up, and it's just like, I think the last time that sort of happened in real life was like in the 80s, maybe even earlier.
Mhm.
So these aren't like a big prominent thing in current Japan, at least not from my understanding.
Right, but
Yeah.
things just kind of get established as
Oh yeah, yeah.
trope,
That's just how you do it. Yeah.
tropey.
Yeah. So yeah, we got all kinds of gangs
I
showing
always
up
just
to.
like a little anecdote. I always associate like anime gang member guys with Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho. That was that was.
Cool.
I think I'm saying his name right. He was the redhead guy with the. He kind of had a pompadour
Oh,
thing going on, and he was
yo.
he was the school bully until he became Mr. Hakusho's. I can't remember Yuki or
Yusuke, right?
Yusuke
Yeah.
Yusuke Urameshi.
Yes.
It's been a
Okay.
long time since I've
Yeah,
seen
you're
Yu
right.
Yu Hakusho.
His name was Kuwabara.
Kuwabara.
Yeah. Yeah, I do also think that too, and I think both him and y- I just said his name, Yusuke.
Yusuke Urameshi.
Yeah, Yusuke. Him and Yusuke were both like delinquents in a way, right?
They were, but Kuwabara just like is to me like
Yeah.
the platonic form
Oh, a
of school
delinquent.
bully.
Yeah.
School bully with a heart of gold kind of trope.
Oh yeah. That's a series I'd like to visit again.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
watch it again, especially because they're doing a bad live action version for Netflix.
Yeah, that was trending the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
yeah. I
It'll be it'll be bad.
Probably. I'm just, I don't even have a morbid curiosity for these things anymore. I just kind of, oh, that's being made. Cool. I'm not gonna watch it.
For some reason, you said morbid, right?
Yeah.
I heard morbid.
Luke, during the peak of those memes, the Mob Psycho 100 tag on Tumblr was just people saying Morb Psycho 100. Is this anything, guys? Guys, is this anything? Morb Psycho?
Yeah, my favorite part of my Mob Psycho 100 is when Mob morbs out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are the best parts, yeah.
I like when he says it's morbin time,
Mobbing time.
mobbing time. But yeah, that was my little tangent into
Yeah.
to Yu Yu Hakusho. That was one of the first anime I'd ever seen. So that was like
Oh yeah, I
besides
remember that on
besides like
Adult
Full Metal
Swim.
Alchemist, I think that was one of the first we really got into. Maybe
Y-
there was some like
y-
Dragon Ball Z in there too.
Yeah, and like Inuyasha.
I think we had seen some Inuyasha, but that one was on late at night because it wasn't age appropriate.
Well, I mean, neither was film, but we recorded those.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Did we record? Did we record Inuyasha?
yeah. I think I remember us recording Inuyasha.
Huh, okay,
My
cool.
my childhood memories are a lot more vivid than yours. I think.
This is true. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I've repressed things. Maybe I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, I've
Fun.
put some stuff in the basement per se.
Yeah, okay.
Uh,
Yeah, the vault from Adventure Time.
The Vault, that's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. I remember watching some Inuyasha, but I didn't remember getting as into it as like Full Metal and Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, I think those were just more our favorites. I kind of remember Inuyasha feeling a little bit slow paced.
Yeah, Inuyasha was slow paced, and it was like, okay, I get it. He's got a big sword, and he likes this
Yeah,
girl. I guess that's the whole thing.
okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember nearly enough about Inuyasha to be like, yeah, that's my final judgment on this show. But it's also, I think I know that it's like pretty long, and I don't know if I ever want to get into. I don't know. I don't know.
It's okay. If anyone is upset about me saying that about Inuyasha, please feel free to contact Jay about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We don't get comments on our YouTube videos, man.
Let's contact Jay about it.
We're throwing this out to the void. Well, I made an email for this podcast, so
Oh, cool. What's the
yeah.
email?
Spirit podcast and such
Podcast and such
at gmail.com.
at gmail.com. Okay.
Yeah, I
Got
put
any
a
complaints?
link.
Send it
Yeah,
right to
I'm the
podcast
only
and
one with
such,
access to the email, so all your ire is mine.
and I will never get access to the email. I'll never look at it.
Yep, Luke will never look at the comments, emails, nothing. We won't do it.
You
Not that we have any.
you can't hurt me. That's I live by the Tyler the Creator tweet. You know, the one where he was like, "How is internet bullying real? Like, just close
Just
your
close your
eyes."
phone. Yeah, just close your eyes. Yeah. Oh god. Ooh. Speaking of bullying, kind of adjacently, I don't
Yes,
know. The gangs start showing up to
the
Salt Middle
gangs do start
School,
showing up. Yeah,
and Ritsu just absolutely beats the crap out of anybody who gets in his way. And then they
it
start
does.
thinking that Kamuro is YT poison because the only description that they have is that it's some pale, skinny guy from Salt Middle School. So
Right.
that's
Yeah.
why he's being mistaken for Mob.
Okay. So he does get beat up in the first episode, right?
Yes, Kamuro gets all beat up.
That
Yeah.
was some. There was some grotesque animation
Oh yeah,
and,
some grotesque in
and
these
art
next
style in these
in these
next
two
two.
episodes. Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely. Oh
it
yeah,
got
Kamuro's face
real.
bad. Oh yeah,
No,
some real tough to look at faces these episodes.
yeah,
Oh boy.
that did not look good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and so yes, after getting beat up a bunch, Kamuro's not so into this whole big cleanup thing anymore. He's like, yeah, we gotta stop. And
Yeah, yeah.
so Ritsu breaks into his house to talk to him about that. But he still removes his shoes because he's a polite young man.
He sure is.
And then he just, delivers that fantastic bird. If you wanted to clean up the school, you should have started with your own room.
He's going for the guttural. You know?
He really is.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's rough.
yep.
Poor kid.
Oh yeah. He's all out there standing on like like on like a telephone pole or something, standing over the city like, yeah, I am an anime protagonist, yeah.
I am an anime protagonist. There you go. He did have anime protagonist aspirations, I guess.
Yeah, get
In this
stronger.
one, get stronger, be the
Yeah.
Hokage. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what he wants to do. Yeah.
yeah. I want to beat the crap out of my brother.
Yeah, he just wants to fight, man.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I guess speaking of Mob, we get a little interlude with him this episode, getting almost scammed by some people.
Yeah, that was fun. Was that the first episode or the second episode?
First one.
First one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the jar of happiness or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, vase, jar, who know, whichever vessel,
Urn.
urn, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that
vessel of happiness, yeah,
that was really funny. Especially with Reagan coming in and saving him through scamming himself.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Very fortunate that he got a curse transferred to him that day,
yeah, yeah.
and gave it to those guys.
Yes, yeah. That was good. Um, yeah, I enjoyed Reagan's interacting with that, and then later Mob and him talking about it, and Mob saying, you know, scammers are just like the lowest of the low, and Reagan's like, yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
would do that?
Yeah, who would be a con artist? What
who,
what?
who would do such a thing? Good stuff.
Yeah, and then, I think so I believe the episode ends with, Ritsu going to the alley, and there's, like, all the gangs are there, everybody's there,
Yeah, yeah.
fighting all of them,
Hmm.
and then that's when Mob shows up
Hmm.
and is
Yeah,
like, "Oh, what's going on here?"
yeah. Ritsu, what's going on, Ritsu?
And as we find out the next episode, Teru told him that that was
Yeah, yeah.
happening because Teru's like kind of invested in this whole shadow leader thing, I guess, or at least he
Yes.
knows about it.
Yeah. Teru's trying to be part of the team.
Yes, he's trying to get himself into this. He'd like to be included.
Yeah. He's worried he can't make friends with his cactus hair.
Yeah. Like he chose that though. Like that's a wig. He had to intentionally choose that.
Well, I mean, you don't know if that was the only one left in his color, you know?
True, but like I was thinking about, if I got the top of my head shaved off, I would just start over.
Oh, right, right. See, I'm imagining that he kept the sides
Yeah,
and just got
yeah,
something on the top
just put it on the top. Yeah, yeah,
and just had to blend it, you know?
yeah. True.
Yeah.
Yeah. So got this alleyway scene of Mob in disbelief about Ritsu hurting a bunch of people. He's like, "Oh,
Hmm.
must be a joke in some way."
Right.
But I guess that's what denial does. You just rationalize whatever.
It's not just a river in Egypt, let me tell you.
Oh boy. But yeah, so Ritsu's like the delusional aberration is over. I'm done with all this. I'm done being scared of you.
Yeah, that was interesting to sort of turn it on him in that way, turn it on Mob. Um,
Hmm, hmm.
I wasn't sure if that was how Ritsu actually felt,
Mm,
or if he was trying to just hurt Mob.
mm, mm.
But it could go either way because I could understand being afraid, but then, oh well, yeah, I guess the bully scene, like the whole where Mob hurt people because
Yeah,
they had tried to fight them. I guess that would be the context Ritsu would have for, oh, my brother could obliterate me.
yeah, yeah. That's his context. He's seen him,
Yeah.
both the unknown percentage, and he's possibly seen him go 100% around him before or whatever.
Hmm.
He knows his brother's capabilities and his psychic powers, and that he lets his emotions carry him. He gets carried away with his emotions sometimes.
Right, right. Okay.
So yeah, so I believe he was indeed afraid. Um, But yeah, you're right that a lot of this is like it's some interesting things that he's saying. This whole
Mhm.
I am no longer interested in our relationship anymore and all that jazz. Yeah,
Yeah, feels a little edgelordy.
yeah, he's a little bit of an edgelord, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He feels like a high schooler who read like a paragraph of Nietzsche.
Mhm, mhm. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, that's just how Ritsu's 13, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so and he's being 13 right now.
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure, for sure. He it was interesting to see Mob go partially Super Saiyan, without any without triggering the explosion or the mystery percent. Like
Right. He does hit 100 this episode. He does.
he does, but before that, I was confused for a second because the guy took Ritsu,
Mhm.
this the mysterious man that we can
Yeah.
probably talk about some more in a minute.
Mhm.
He came, he took Ritsu, and then Mob, you know, goes Ritsu
Yeah,
and
yeah, 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 yeah.
shoots at him, and he's got the Super Saiyan hair thing going on,
Yeah.
but he's not quite Super Saiyan. So I went back and a couple of times to make sure I hadn't missed where they said that he went 100% or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That is not 100%.
I think his hair is moving like that just because he is using his psychic powers.
Sure, yeah, yeah, yeah. But all I'm saying is that, um, to me, that confirmed that he he can use his psychic powers to a more aggressive
Mhm.
Super Saiyan um, effect without going 100. And that's just something we haven't seen him do before.
I see. Yeah, okay, I get what you mean now. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah. That is interesting to see. It's interesting to see Mob in like finally like having a reason to fight somebody, like with Teru he was just trying to disengage just like the entire time. And
yeah.
then fighting a ghost is a lot different than fighting like a guy.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's never had to. He's never let his emotions out in the sort of psychic context
Hmm.
in a besides going 100.
Yes, I see what you mean. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that was interesting to see.
Hmm. Yep. But yeah, like we were saying before, the violence in this episode is very hard to watch. Him
Yeah,
just Mob
grotesque.
becoming just really grotesque. Yeah, him getting like hit in the stomach and him talking about not being able to breathe and
Mhm.
just the way his face just squished every time that guy was punching him. Like
I just had a flashback to the world's softest punch.
these are quite the opposite of the world's softest punches. Just slide.
Just slides right off. Yeah, yeah, that was pathetic. But these were
These
hardcore
punches.
punches,
Oh yeah.
and that was interesting. His little helix
Yeah,
thrusters or whatever.
telekinetic helix. Somebody finally got to have a special move who isn't Reigen.
Right, right, yeah. This mob doesn't get special moves.
No. Or at least not ones he says out loud.
Sure. I guess mob's special move is freak out and kill everyone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I can just hear the announcement. Uh, this is one of Mob's special moves. He's having a mental breakdown.
Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, that's what it would be like, huh?
Yeah. Speaking of special moves, if we're moving on to episode 2 here.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, we've been kind of in episode 2 everything,
Yeah.
yeah.
But Reagan's special move was pretty funny this episode.
Oh, yeah, the Aroma Express, what was
Yeah,
it
yeah.
called? Yeah, Aroma Runaway Express is what it
Yeah.
was called, yeah.
Where he basically gave her a massage and sent her on vacation.
Yeah, man, like, but what else do you want? Now, it's interesting, so, last episode we had him say, con artists are the worst and all that jazz, and,
Mhm.
and he was, probably saying that for Mob, but
Mhm.
here he says, so that so they just told her that, took the money, and left.
Mhm.
And that was his own private thoughts. Those weren't for anybody
Oh
but
yeah, yeah.
him. Uh,
Well, I mean, to Reagan's credit, in his situation, he is providing some sort of service.
mhm.
People, he sent this lady on a freaking spa vacation.
Yeah. I mean,
You know,
the Himalayan pink salt isn't cheap.
yeah. So, I mean, he is lying to them,
Mhm.
but at the same time, he he is providing a service, whereas those guys were just taking people's money.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So his moral compass is just really interesting to me.
he's got some sort of ethic. He
He
doesn't
does,
want
yeah.
to he doesn't want to just completely take people's money for nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just that he can't do the thing that he's advertising to do.
Yeah, but his disciple can.
Right. So that is helpful to
Yeah,
his
yeah.
not being a sham
Mhm, mhm.
to have Mob be there.
Yep. Yeah, and he's just like, "Man, Mob's not showing up for work," and then, hard cut to Mob freaking beaten up and
Yeah.
Taylor's apartment.
Yeah. So Mob went pretty hard this episode.
He really did,
Yeah.
and, we didn't get the narrator telling us what this 100% was supposed to be this time. That he did say in the English dub, he says rage, but in the Japanese, he says animosity.
Hmm. Okay. I didn't realize that each one had a different like emotion linked to it.
Oh, yeah, so far we've had rage, sadness, and animosity.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Maybe I forgot that or I didn't notice it.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so first one was rage, the one with Teru was sadness, and
Yeah.
today it's animosity.
It was funny though. Like I'm very sad that this guy tried to choke me out. And
Well, he was sad that he couldn't conquer himself. The sadness
all
was
right.
after Teru's it was thrown about and all that. After he
Uh,
destroyed the school, that's when the sadness was.
oh, okay. Because he so the mystery percent beat the crap out of Teru,
Yes.
and then the 100% came and fixed everything.
Yes. Yeah, we talked about that last week. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
how yeah, yeah, yeah. So that was his sadness of not being able to conquer himself still, so
Sure.
that's yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Mob went absolutely hard and so did the animators.
Yeah.
That
So
that was
awesome.
some just blasting them through like a parking garage or something. I don't know what that was, but he sure did punch them through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some real good animations there. Absolutely.
Yeah. Good,
Yeah.
good old fashioned
Anime.
anime.
Yep, so but then Mob, no matter his efforts here, he did not defeat this mysterious Esper.
Yeah. Yeah.
fought dirty using assist tools of some kind of spray.
Yeah, that was weird that a spray could get past his psychic shield for some reason.
For some reason.
For plot reasons.
For plot reasons.
For plot reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, no, well, yo, we'll, we'll get back to that.
It's a physical entity.
Is it a physical entity, though?
The spray?
Yeah, you don't know.
That's true. I guess that's another great plot contrivance. It's like, no, I had magic spray.
Whatever.
I had magic spray, so it worked. It feels like you know how we used to like play games, um, in the backyard or like on the trampoline or whatever. And it's like,
Yeah, yeah.
it'd be like, I stab you with an imaginary sword or something, and you or your friend or whatever would be like, oh well, I have armor that blocks that sword,
Right, yeah,
and then I'd be like, well, I have a special sword that goes through any armor.
uh-huh, yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah, well, you know, either way,
Sure, it's gotta happen sometime.
Mob finally took his first L here.
It must be a difficult writing process to, I guess, come up with a reason to incapacitate Mob once you've made him go 100.
Right, yeah.
So I guess magic spray will have to do.
Yeah,
Plot
that's what
spray.
we're doing for now.
Plot spray.
Plot spray, yeah. Yep, so, oh yeah, and that's where they finally identified white tea poison. It's like,
White
"Oh,
tea
it's
poison.
him!
Yeah.
It's white tea poison, we know this because I guess only one guy owns a white t-shirt ever."
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I think it might have been the white T-shirt plus
It's
him
the
beating the ever loving
the
crap out of this guy.
this guy, yeah, probably that. Yeah.
A
Yeah, probably
powerful
that.
man in a white T-shirt could
Yeah.
definitely be white tea poison.
Mhm.
White tea poison.
Yeah, they're all very psyched to see that. He got that cool oil painting still frame of
Hmm.
that, or whatever you call that, more illustrated.
Hmm. Yeah, it was very cool.
But yeah, so Ritsu gets taken, and oh yeah, Mob wakes up in Taylor's apartment, and we find out that that guy was possibly part of Claw, a psychic organization of some
Mhm.
kind.
Yeah, and they're like they're associated with the Awakening Lab, right?
No,
No? Okay.
they attacked the Awakening Lab.
Oh, okay. For some reason, yeah, because the guy was all tied up. Okay.
Yeah. They were all yeah.
For some reason in my head, they had sold those kids out or whatever.
No, that was something that they were thinking happened. They were like, like that's the first thing Teru asked. Did you sell Ritsu Kageyama's information?
Yeah.
So
No, it was some guy named Shige. But I'm doing the wrong voices for everybody.
yeah, I don't know who.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know either. But so it wasn't them. So we find out that Teru has been no wonder he has main character syndrome because he's been the main character in his own side anime where he's
Mhm.
been tracked down by Claw for however long.
Yeah.
So
Good time.
yeah. Yep, so now we know where so Ritsu and the Awakening Lab kids have all been taken to some base deep in the forest of somewhere.
Deep in the forest somewhere. My
Yeah, just
favorite
somewhere.
forest.
Yep. Somewhere in Japan, who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where that's seems to be where the plot's headed. We're done with the big cleanup arc.
Mhm.
Uh and we got a nice little they ended the episode with no ending theme, but instead played an English translation of the ending theme over the last minute or so there. That
Yeah,
was
yeah, that
interesting.
that was cool.
Yeah.
And they had the scene playing of them going to the facility, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah. That was the ending scene, was them going to the facility, and then we have the ending theme playing over that rather than just playing the ending theme.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, so the next episode is called Claw, the Seventh Division. Do you have any predictions or wants or wishes for the next episode?
I mean, I guess uh, Mob's gonna go in there and mess stuff up. You know?
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah, he's just gonna probably bust in, wreck shop, save Ritsu or whatever. I don't know.
Hmm.
Or maybe this is the Sasuke arc for Ritsu, and he's gonna get trained by these guys to be the arch nemesis of Mob.
Oh yeah, maybe he'll do that. Maybe he'll really do a heel turn here.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Like I like
How long did they look for Sasuke?
literally all of Shippuden. I think.
Oh, is that what that's about? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Sasuke turns back until the very end of the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at least as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, I don't know.
To be fair, Naruto did very much devolve into like big boss fights
Hmm.
kind of by the end there. So like, who knows?
Yeah, yeah.
I know it wasn't like a substantially long time that they had Sasuke,
Hmm.
and maybe there was some back and forth at some point, kind of a tease to keep it going.
Right, right.
I really don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, well, that's
This
what I
is
get for asking about Naruto.
this is all conjecture.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I only watched Naruto AMVs growing up. That's what I
And
did.
those did go hard.
That's how I found Linkin Park.
Yeah, man.
Those,
Uh,
those were my boys.
absolutely. Well, yeah, I don't have any other closing remarks unless there's anything we didn't talk about and you wanted to talk about.
I think we got it all.
All right.
It's always such a soup in my mind, you know.
Oh yeah, well, it's hard for me to kind of compartmentalize it, especially since I gotta be like, I know I can't talk about things that are later.
Yeah, things that
And
happen
then
later.
having like 2 weeks to sit on this instead of one was interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't do that.
Yeah, yeah, I know you didn't do that, but like, yeah, because yeah, like last week I was just like, man, I feel like watching Mob Psycho 100. I know we're not doing this until next week, but no, I'm still gonna
Yeah,
watch it.
understandable.
Yeah, so I watched it like twice in these last 2 weeks. Yeah.
That works.
Thank you for listening to Podcast and Such. We will see you next time with episodes 9 and 10. See you then.
Bye.